So for those of you guys who have not seen the last couple of episodes on the F81 M3, we are building an M3 wagon from the ground up. We got the entire rear end into the car. We ended up sourcing an engine and transmission out of a wrecked car from Natty Auto Parts. Also in the last couple of videos, we fully serviced this engine before actually putting it into this car to make sure it's as reliable as possible once this thing is running. And we got it on the subframe and even installed in the last couple of episodes. We weren't able to do any testing, but that's what today's video is all about.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video with the F81 M3. I am joined with my boy Nick back there. I don't know if you guys can see him. Is he popping out somewhere? He's in the car. And he is.
Crap, it's okay.
What happened?
But nothing cracked. That totally did.
Not my cheap $2 speaker grill. We got Nick over right now. You guys saw that we actually got a lot done in the last video. We got the engine in the car. We got the whole rear end in the car. We actually got the differential mounted up to the engine. So at this point, even the subframe bolted up. We got all the wiring done over here, other than what we have to rewire, which is why my boy's over here right now. He has an entire bench right over there. I don't know if you guys can see it in that corner, which we'll show you guys here in a little bit. But this dude is gonna be here for the next week. So I'm thinking we're gonna knock out 2 jam-packed videos of getting this thing. Our goal is to get it running and driving, right?
Engine fired up tonight. It's currently, what, 5:30?
Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, I own an auto parts business, and this came out of one of the cars that was really badly wrecked. We ended up getting this engine and fully servicing it. As you guys can see over here, we also have a full exhaust system for the car. We have all the radiators, coolers, fan, the radiator support, a bunch of coolers there. We actually have a complete interior, which I want to show you guys in a separate video, what interior we're going with this car. Let's just say it is probably, actually I'm not gonna say anything. What do you think of the interior that we got for this car? It's spicy. It's probably the most expensive spec interior you could possibly get for a car like this. So anyways, I'll probably show you guys that a little bit later. We have LCI tails, a bunch of other parts you have to throw in the car, a bunch of other parts over here, and performance parts and a bunch of other parts right there. And then over here, this is Nick's whole, this is where he's gonna be doing surgery. So yeah.
It got real expensive. Southwest, they got rid of their bag policy, but I know that, so.
So all this is here. So let's just say, I think we have all the resources we need to get this wagon running and driving. I literally think that this car is gonna be running and driving. Our goal is to take it around the block and drive around. Not ready to take down a Beamer Invasion, but literally ready to run and drive by the end of this week. So that is our goal. And while Nick honestly works on all the technical stuff, I'm actually gonna keep assembling some more things on the front end of this thing. So once he's ready, I'll be ready, and this thing will be ready to run and drive. Let's take a quick pause to building the F81 M3 and actually start taking care of our E91 M3 because that bad boy has been heavily neglected.
So unboxing this bad boy was super exciting for me, mainly because I don't normally get to wash my cars at home. So getting it out of the box, let me tell you guys a little bit about this power washer. This power washer has a 1,000-hour lifespan, and it is really cost effective because it costs you less than $1 per use. I'll be showing you guys a little bit later how long the hose is because that's pretty important when it comes to washing your cars. And this hose got me all the way down my driveway, and I could probably even get to my neighbor's house with this hose because of its long 50-foot hose. Not to mention it's also tangle free.
Guys, I just realized this is their latest model, and this one's actually super modular as well. This thing can get mounted in 3 different ways. It can literally be portable the way it looks. It can be mounted against the wall, and you can even add an attachment to the back of this thing for those of you guys who do portable detailing and literally roll it around with you and power wash the cars wherever you're at. The handle is sold separately, but is an attachment for this thing. And honestly, guys, this thing is honestly so tiny. It can literally fit in any car. This thing is so tiny, it can honestly fit in anyone's custom detailing van, which is also pretty sick. I've been seeing a lot of those on Instagram and YouTube lately. I'm thinking about honestly mounting it right here, kind of where this ladder is in this corner because of the size of it. I think it'd be literally perfect right there. We'll see if I'll mount it there or against the wall right over here. But I'm gonna be leaving a little bit of room so we can also get their vacuum that's also wall mounted. And I think it'd be super sick to have that side by side and having everything I need to clean my cars right on the wall.
Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is the Ultra Flow retractable power washer that has 2.6 GPM. That outputs 2 times the power with its turbo nozzle for deep cleaning. Honestly, guys, you guys are about to see this thing. I was able to clean my car without even using any rags. Now, getting it mounted on the wall is probably one of my least favorite things, but it honestly took me less than 15 minutes to find a stud using this stud finder that I found on Amazon. Once I actually found the spot that I wanted it to be on, I got the bracket mounted, just a couple bolts, put it on there, and started assembling this bad boy. Not to mention, look how good this thing looks in my garage. I cannot wait to also get their vacuum that also mounts the wall right next to it to make it the ultimate car detailing bay in my own home garage. Plus, I'm sure you guys can hear the power washer in the back, but the camera's literally right next to it. When I was actually washing the car, I could barely even hear the power washer because other power washers I've used in the past were super annoying. So as you guys can see right here, I'm literally going all around my driveway and I only pulled out this hose pretty much halfway out of the retractor. I could literally start washing cars on the street if I really wanted to.
And just like that, guys, it's been exactly an hour, but not to wash one car, but 2 cars. So I'm sure my wife's gonna be happy. I'm definitely happy. My E91 M3 is finally clean. That thing has honestly been a minute since the last wash, and I'm pretty sure I didn't wash my wife's car for at least a year, to be honest with you guys. So shout out to Giraffe Tools, guys. If you guys wanna get your power washer, the link's gonna be down below. Without further ado, let's go and hop back into the video. Guys, I don't know if you guys heard that right there, but that was just basically the first time ever putting power to the car. We had a bunch of things click in the engine bay, which is pretty sick to see that this thing potentially has life in it. At this point, we got pretty much a lot of things hooked up: the oil cooler, the radiators, the power steering. I mean, not the power steering, but the transmission. I don't want everything gushing out of fluids. That being said, not everything's connected, but that doesn't matter. Let's get a new filter in the car, oil, get it primed up, and potentially hear this thing turn over. We have the oil cooler, we have the radiators, we have the transmission cooler. This is gonna be literally our first time starting this thing up, so hopefully the wiring's good, hopefully the engine's good. Moment of truth. So guys, we are going to be getting an upgraded heat exchanger and an upgraded oil cooler, and potentially an upgraded radiator. But thing is, it might take another week or two. I want to see this thing running, so I'm going to go ahead and actually assemble the front end, and we'll just take it all back apart when actually those parts come in. I was thinking about it, that is pretty much counterproductive, but at the same time, I need to see this thing running. I'm super excited for it. I just want to make sure all the coolant doesn't start seeping out of the car, and whatever coolant that's currently in the cooling system, to just at least have something in the system rather than nothing. All right, guys, I think we're ready to get this thing primed up. Let's go ahead and hop on the computer and just click a special button. All right, bro, moment of truth. Right here, fuel. It's not gonna work. All right, guys, so unfortunately, we can't get this thing to start up for some reason. I think it has something to do with actual brake pressure because it's more of like a safety issue. If you have no brake pressure, it doesn't want you to start up the car, and the car would start literally rolling forward and you can't stop it. So I think that's more of like a newer car thing. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep working on the front end of this car, and Nick's probably gonna start doing some of the wiring that's on the driver's side so we can actually install the brake booster and the DSC pump, and then hopefully that's what it needs to get started. So yeah, let's just keep going at it. We're making good progress. Things looking so good. And just like that, you guys can see, got the rear shocks in the car, the front shocks in the car. Honestly, at this point, once we actually get our wheels from the other shop, we can actually put it on this car and potentially even roll this thing out, which would be kind of crazy. Getting this thing started proved to be a bigger mission than we thought. But end of the day, guys, I mean, if it was that easy to start up, it wouldn't be as meaningful as this actually is. The more time we spend on this car, the more of a headache we'll get, but the more we'll be satisfied in the end when it actually starts running. I cannot wait to hear this thing turn on. We do need to put the exhaust on there as well, but the crazy thing is, guys, we have the full suspension in the rear, the full suspension in the front. We have all the radiator coolers hooked up and everything. The only thing we don't have hooked up is this guy because it gets in the way of some of the wiring that Nick needs to get done over here. So we can't mount that just yet. Otherwise, our entire cooling system's hooked up. Our fan is hooked up. Our heat exchanger is. Our transmission cooler is. All this bracketry is. I connected also the crash sensors, the horns. Everything's honestly looking so far so good. There's a few things that we need to wire in. As you guys know, it is what it is. I did realize as well, when looking at that F80 donor over there, that I forgot to put on these brackets. I don't know what these are exactly. I think they're just maybe reinforcement plates or something like that. So we do need to add that on both sides. I think they'll just directly bolt up, which would be super nice. And something we just found out, which is actually kind of insane. As you guys can see, we're trying to retrofit EDC onto this car by putting EDC shocks front and rear. But I was thinking this is gonna be such a pain of a job to actually route wires, because actually for EDC shocks, there is the lower wire that's on the shock over here, and then there is the upper wire right over here. But what's crazy, it turns out, and this is why you guys should get a good base of a car that's fully loaded. This wagon ended up having EDC of its own, like F30, regular F30 EDC. I'm sure it's nothing as good as the M3, but it has the wiring, which is kind of crazy. So as far as the fronts go, this cable actually connects to one of these, and then this one, if we didn't cut it, would actually connect to one of these, which is kind of crazy. The front is automatically, the EDC is gonna work, so that's super sick that this car already came with EDC pre-wired. The rears over here, we have one of the cables that will actually connect for the EDC, because this, again, the shocks has one on the bottom, one at the top right over here. We do need to wire in one over here because the stock shocks, the rear shocks, only have one EDC connector, not two like the F80s do. But again, guys, making some insane progress. I think right now, me and Nick are about to head out in a little bit and get some food. I think we've been in here since 8 a.m. It is 4 p.m. And we are honestly, what has it been? Like almost 8 hours. So we are hungry. We are definitely hungry. So let's go grab a little bite to eat and then come back. And I'm gonna try to finish up as much drivetrain as possible. So the only thing we have to worry about is wiring, and then aesthetics can come after that. All right, so me and my boy actually went to In-N-Out first. Didn't really work out. The line was crazy long for some reason on a Sunday. So we're going to your favorite place.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. So we're gonna get some Chipotle. It's always a good day when you have Chipotle. I really wanted In-N-Out because we wanted something light. Whenever you eat something kind of heavy, you just get not as productive. But anyways, let's get some Chipotle and then head back to the shop. Bro, we did some damage. That was good. Low-key would have preferred it In-N-Out right now, so I wouldn't be so heavy, or at least feel heavy. I feel heavy right now. Before we can still get some work done. The daily does not disappoint with that free supercharging though. All right, let's head back to the shop now. And guys, we are back. Let's go ahead and assemble as much more as we can for this Sunday, and then tomorrow we'll probably get back into more wiring. And you have a lot of wiring to do, right?
Of course.
So the next 2 days, honestly, Nick's gonna be pretty much doing a lot of the wiring behind the scenes, and just a bunch that I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be showing on camera. Like, I'm gonna show you guys some of it, but I know a lot of you guys are gonna get bored of it. Honestly, if you guys have any questions when it comes to doing like a wagon conversion conversion because of how deep of a process it is. Make sure to reach out to Evan. Evan's gonna be your guy if you guys have any wagon questions and want to pay for his services to help you guys build your wagons. But yeah, in terms of me showing you guys for content purposes, I feel like if I show you every little thing, it's gonna be so tedious, so boring. It's just wiring, so it's whatever. I think I just want to show you guys the main things that get actually added onto the car because it makes this thing look more and more and more like an M3. So the next thing we have to add, guys, is this transmission connector. I completely forgot we actually need one of these bad boys. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Has a little pin as well. And then we can actually put up our transmission bracket and get this thing fully buttoned up to where we don't have to have a jack underneath the car anymore. Like that, guys, we got this piece hooked up over here, which is super nice, and then that other piece is literally clipped in right there, so that is also super nice. We didn't have to fabricate anything, it just went in perfectly. So the other thing is now, we're putting on the transmission bracket. Because it's an all-wheel drive, we're gonna be converting it to a rear-wheel drive, so we're pretty much gonna be mounting it from this side only, holding the transmission, which should be enough as long as we're not like crazily driving it. Yeah, we'll get that done when we get the quarter panels done, but in the meantime, at least we can get the car running and driving. And guys, welcome to Monday. I don't know if this camera is gonna focus or not. Come on, come on. There you go. So, here with Nick. Nick was honestly trapped in here the last 10 hours?
10 hours about.
He's been here. I was at Natty Auto Parts taking out a shift. Monday's always our busiest day, but Nick was over here grinding away on the F81 M3. You guys can kind of see everything that's kind of going on the ground. We got a bunch of wires over here. I believe these are for the EDC, right? For the most part?
You're correct, for the electronic shocks.
So electronic shocks, he's pretty much stripped down the entire wiring harness out of that car, grabbed the OEM wiring, and he's gonna pretty much route it and add it to the factory wiring to make it as OEM plus as possible, which is super nice. Everything you guys can see over here as well, he's got all the bags labeled, every single panel that's been removed off this car with the factory screws. So honestly, bro, you're doing an A, like a grade A work right here. And right over here, you guys can see a lot is going on, and it looks like you already added in a few things. So you said you did something over here. Oh dear God. What did you do here exactly?
So we're gonna put adaptive LED headlamp on this car, so you need to add some additional CAN bus wiring. And what's fun is that this car's in Mexico, by the way. You can code out the US anti-dazzle, so when you're driving along, it'll be full high beam and it'll detect a car, oncoming car, and then it'll just like park the light. Like
this car's gonna do that?
Yeah, it's gonna park the light, so you don't blind the oncoming car, but everything else is full high beam. So it's
Mexico car, guys. That's what I'm talking about, dude. So that is pretty awesome. Looks like he also got this thing wrapped up as well after adding in all the wires. So again, it looks OEM. There's no like wires just dangling around. This one right here, I'm sure is going to be eventually added onto something.
Still a work in progress. Don't show this bit.
Don't judge him just yet. But there's a water pump that's actually down there. That's on the M3 radiator support. That's not on an M20 car. He actually wired that in as well. So those wires are getting added. He's still working on it. This is like a huge job. Honestly, you're knocking this out really quickly. I mean, this is something that honestly would take people months. I know it took me forever to at least get this kind of stuff sorted on the E91. At the end of the day, I couldn't even sort it, so Nick ended up flying down, helping me out with it. But long story short, this side as well has another water pump back over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there, the one with the silver thing right there with the connector. So he's gonna have to add some wiring to that as well, and honestly route it right back into the car. This is something that I know is gonna take a while. Nick is actually here for the next week. I don't know if we're gonna be able to show everything in this episode because I want to update you guys as we're going on with this build. But I mean, honestly, I think by tomorrow you're probably gonna get this side done, right? Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty sick, and then we can put pretty much I can start assembling everything on this side of the car, which would be really, really, really nice. And then once he starts working on that side, we can finally add the finishing touches and eventually add the carbon brace and the full engine base stuff. Honestly, guys, wheels will be going on here pretty soon as well. I don't know if I told you. So unfortunately, I got a brand new wheel from BMW, an M Performance wheel that's going to complete the set of 3 that I have at the other shop. But unfortunately, the tire that we had a bad bead or something like that, like the inner
sidewall, yeah.
So that sucks. I have to order a new tire. So anywho, this car is not going on the ground just yet, but it will soon. So I'll keep you guys posted. And guys, we are back. This is a 3rd day. I'm literally checking in with you guys days and days after, because Nick, I kind of just left him here and he's been working here nonstop on the wagon. This is something that honestly is a very tedious process, like I told you guys, and you guys don't care to probably see the wiring. But let me show you guys what he's done so far. So if you guys look over here, I did actually just throw this randomly on here. We still need to install this. I'm actually gonna drill out the other 2 holes so we can install all 5 bolts onto the strut tower brace, because why not? So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. But anyways, you guys can see the EDC is officially wired in. You guys can see the wires are all routed beautifully, connected into the fan right there. Headlights are also pinned out, so those are working properly as well. Everything is hooked up there. Looks like also the crash sensor's hooked up. This is my first time seeing it, guys, you know, since we got all this stuff wired up. And yeah, look at that. That EDC is hooked up as well, so that is looking pretty awesome. And then coming around to this side, I think he pretty much, so you knocked out this side today, right?
Yeah, this side is finished now, so all the wiring is ready for me to connect it up in the car through the firewall.
And then this side, what'd you get done so far on this side?
It's still a work in progress, but you'll see, because this is where the engine computer is. There's a lot more wiring that needs to be done, but this is all beautiful up to about this point. So I actually got the DME connector. This is all done, and then it's just adding some wires in for the fuel pressure sensor, and then running the wires in the car. So you see how this is all a mess?
Yeah.
From finish to
and that's why we didn't put anything in there just yet, guys. So we gave him that access he needs to actually get the wires in the car. So what about that rear water pump? Did you forget about that one, or?
Oh yeah. So if you look, I'm assuming this is the factory location for it to kind of fit.
Oh, you wired that in?
Yeah, that's in right now.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So other than that, my other question was, there was an air sensor. Is that wired in now?
That's wired in, but you showed me actually it's supposed to be, well, this is the cable. So I guess this has to just go there into this.
And it's gonna be chilling in there. Oh, it is plugged. Okay.
This is plugged. I'm just not sure because this, maybe you put this in, but, or I don't know if you touched this, but there is a wiring.
A grommet?
Maybe this goes reverse like this. We will investigate this on another car and get back to you.
But anyways,
but it's there.
That's sorted. Expansion tank wiring, that was sorted as well.
Yes, so that's your expansion tank right here.
Yeah, it looks like it's got plenty of play.
There's some corrosion in there, so I need to disconnect this and clean this out because actually I found the source.
This one right here? Oh, the tank itself was leaking?
The tank itself, if you look, it was leaking through there and causing corrosion on the... They didn't throw a fault code or anything.
And you were blaming me for leaving the car outside.
Done that before and it caused some issues.
I've done that with the E91 M3, but I was pretty safe when it came to this car. So yeah, guys, as you guys can see, the wiring on the front is almost complete. As soon as he finishes up that section right over there, that pretty much gives me the ability to fully assemble this engine bay, put the carbon strut brace, put the cowl, put all the plastics, and see this thing beautifully put together, and then slap some wheels on here and slap on the rest of the panels. This thing, honestly, guys, is coming together faster than you guys think, and I think it's gonna be ready for Beamer Invasion. As you guys can see from the external as well, we got the side mirrors on there, but those are pretty much the only panel pieces from an F80 that are on the car. We need both fenders, we need a front bumper, a hood, side skirts that actually need to be fabricated because this section right here needs to be cut and welded from an F80. You guys will see that in a different video if you guys did not see the last episode. And these quarter panels and the rear bumper needs to also be converted at the body shop. So yeah, not really many F80 panels on the car, but in terms of drivetrain, it is fully complete F80 and it is getting wired up. I cannot wait to hear this thing start up. So yeah, it's been a week now and I want to give you guys an update because a lot of you guys are asking me if this thing's going to be ready for Beamer Invasion, and it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If as long as the engine's not blown, I think it'll be ready in time. So that being said, guys, it's going to have to conclude this video. Hopefully in the next episode, we're going to get this entire front end together and potentially driving on all 4 wheels. So if you guys are excited to see that one, make sure to smash that like button for me. But without further ado, guys, I love y'all so much. Remember to stay humble. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.